Morning guys and girls and everyone. I'm just putting together my BMS. Now I've gone and got these, just a couple of pins. You can buy them from the local electronics shop. I bought them from overseas. I was building my own bits and pieces. If you go back, you'll see that I've used them before. And I'm plugging them into the BMS cable. And what I've done is I'm just adding them down here on this part here, and so I just take one, because I've taken it off the wall, just take one and I'm putting it into the bottom one. So what I'm trying to do is locate which cable I'm up to. So I've done 1, 2 red. Now I've got to do not that red, but I have to do this red because this is the right red. So I'm doing it this way to try and keep it uniformed, and as I do it, I sometimes can get them in quite easily on these connectors that you can buy from AliExpress, and sometimes I can't. So I either put it in and it'll get in there like that, because I've left them with the little end. You can get a bigger end and put it on there if you want to, but I'm finding that I can put it in there, pop it that way, flat way, so I don't break the actual plastic, because they're pretty fine and flimsy, and then push in and then release, and that should hold it. And all I do is then I just give it a continuity test. You can do 3 at a time, so it's not going to take too long. So anywhere along there, it's all good. So I just keep going until I'm finished, and then I just have to put them back up on the wall. But I'm thinking I might add more wires as I go. Not sure about that yet. Just playing with it at the moment. So if you watch my channel, you'll know that I've reconfigured this device heaps. So now I've got it all set up here. I've doubled the heat insulation there. The heat shrink, it's a double heat shrink on top of the cable, because I don't want that to rub. Not that it's going to go anywhere, but it's just me. So what are we up to? Number 4. So I might even mark these as each one, and that might be better. Yep, that one's still having the same problem, but if I just get the screwdriver, pop it in, they're just across, they push in, they're a push in type, so they're awesome if you want to use them that way. And then you just release them and they should hold. Plus it's the easiest way to get these done. So I'm not going to hold you up and suck eggs. I'll finish doing this, then I'll start doing the wiring on top, the BMS wiring, and then we can hook these up. And then we've got this part hooked up with a proper circuit breaker here. I'm going to make a bigger one, as I said in the last video, but at the moment this is working. What are we up to? And one good thing about doing it this way, if you stuff up and you get the wrong wire, it's not going to have any continuity for testing purposes, and that is cool. That one just clicked in, but it just fell out again. I don't know what the hell's going on there. You can click them in, that's how they're meant to go, but they can come out too, so that one's not holding as good as it should be. So I just definitely use my screwdriver to make sure it's a proper fit and it goes in deeper than what it should, and that way, and then I pull on it, make sure that that's nice and tight. Anyway, I'll continuity test that one. I think I'm up to the next 3. How many have we got here? Should have 6. Yep, 6. And I just pop it anywhere. And yeah, that's good. And you pop it up to the next 3, using your thumb to mark it. Well, you can suck eggs like me, but I like to get them right. And then keep going. Alright, I'll catch you once I've put them together. Okay, I've misled you a little bit. I'm up to one of these left over, and if I put it inside one of the keyways, I've tried 2 different keyways, it just doesn't work. It's okay there, but for some reason it's just not contacting the clip, so I'm going to take a little bit more off. So this is my way of doing things. I don't over complicate stuff. I've stripped a lot of wires in my life, probably a lot more than anyone will ever have at breakfast. So I've got it now. I'm going to put it back in here and see if it works, because at the moment it wasn't working, it wasn't picking up the connection. So one good thing about doing it this way is virtually, if you get them all right and you can't get them wrong any other way, you don't have to test your voltages like on Andy's channel. You can check them, which I'd suggest you do, but it makes it a lot easier to do. So yeah, and very quick and easy to put together. This is actually Andy's solution for putting these things, or buying these things to use for other operations, which I'm pretty happy with. Again, there, little shit. why that one's not as locked on as the others. It's a bit of annoyance. Good. Alright, so they're all hooked up. That one's done. So now, I just have to get the cable out from underneath it. I've accidentally put through it. Get that out of the way. And we'll be able to hook that into number one. B0, where are ya? B neg. That's it. Go to B neg. Hook it up in there, and you've got that all hooked up. And that can just slide on the end there. On the end of me, it slides on into there. And you've got them all hooked up. So the only thing you have to do then is hook up your wires. So I just have to work out how many more I've got to put on. I think that that's up to 14. Yeah, or something like that. I'll work it out and we'll go from there. We're back again. Now we're up to the last lot. We've got in this row here, so you remove your minus, B minus, and these two here will be your 15 and 16 wires. And on number 16 you've got to attach your B plus, so you might as well do it in here and save yourself a bit of work. If you want to do it that way, it'll mean you only have to have one wire going straight up to the plus side. So I think that's an awesome idea myself. So I'm just going to clean these two off, put them in, and add the B plus. Make it nice and easy for yourself. I think I made that wire a little bit long. We'll try and work with it. Yeah, it works fine. You can do it from the back, so you don't need your pin idea, but my pin idea is probably a quick way of doing it. So let's get number 2 here, and the B plus, which is the furthest bit, because it needs the B plus to turn the device on, I suppose. So, and then we just need one of these. The only problem with this problem here is it's harder to test. Oh, I suppose it's not that hard to test. There you go, I've got a little bit more off it. Okay, that's off. I'm wondering whether I can get both in the same hole. Wish me luck, I might be able to do it. And if I don't, well, I've got spares, haven't I? There you go, look at that. Both of them in the same hole, ready to go. Pretty happy with that. So all I'm going to do now is solder up, make some new cables. That's playing up like that. Only problem with these, they're not great. Well, this one's not great anyway, to hold up the wiring. So first thing you got to do is check that number 16, it's hooked on, and while you're at it, check number B plus to check that, and that's pretty well it. So you don't need any of these wires. I probably might use them going from the other side. I don't know whether I will or not. We'll see. I think I might just leave them for the moment and go with my first idea. Alright,